Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. And we are live. We are live. We are live. I like how I look in there better. It's crisp. It's more crisp. It's clearer versus a laptop over here. But anyway, we're going to use both. And I can see that my mic is now on. So that's really, really good. And so, yeah, what I was doing on the behind the scenes is I was just kind of like primping a little bit, prepping. See, a bolder lip on this one would be good, but it's a bit much on here. So we toned down the lip a little bit, put a little bit more of the little pink, a little subtle pink on top, the little Barbie pink, right? So anyway, I am Tosh, Diva Styles, and this is our pretty much our first. I've done a few little impromptu videos, but I haven't even uploaded yet. But I'm going to consider this our intro to one another, right? This is me introducing myself to you. You get to comment, inbox on social media or what have you, and introduce yourself to me as well. Whether you're a beauty professional, or whether you are just part of the public that has questions. If I don't have the answers to your questions, then hopefully another beauty professional on here will be able to answer the question for you. And if not, then I will be able to get the answer for you and then get back to you whether it's publicly or in a private sector like your inbox or by text or email or what have you. So again, I am Tasha. I have Diva Styles, as you can see. There's also Diva Styles 2, and we have Golden Goddess 28 Boutique, which is known as GG28, honey. It's a little sassy with the name GG28. So, and I just always love the name GG. So when I thought of Golden Goddess, it was like, oh, that's GG. And when I thought of the logo, I thought of an emerald, which is my birthstone, and I love the green, and we see it's everywhere nowadays. But anywho, I'm super excited because I've been wanting to do this for a few weeks now. I've been wanting to put out some episodes on social media for a while now, like a series. And then someone was like, why don't you do it as a podcast? And I'm like, I considered a podcast a long time ago, but I haven't considered one recently. So, hey, if I'm going to do the segments anyway, I might as well make it into podcast as well. So you'll get some behind the scenes, or pretty much I'm doing everything myself now, unless I have my sweet girls doing some work or assisting me in some capacity, whether technically or style-wise or what have you. But generally speaking, it's me. I am glam. I'm going to have to do everything. And this hair, I didn't even do it. It's not like it's glammed up. We do like a wave, right? It's kind of giving us a little bit of, old world glamour with the waves. But other than that, it was just in a bun, and I was soaking in my tub, brought the bun down, and that is pretty much that, right? So. But we like the length. It has a little bit of color. She is, I did her a long time ago. And it's time for her to kind of get a nice refresh. And that's pretty much it. But anywho, let's get started. So again, I'm Tosh, Diva Styles. And this is Diva Styles TV, right? This is our podcast. We're also we're going to be on social media. We're going to pretty much try to put it on every platform out there, right? TikTok, whatever. And so what is our podcast about? Well, first of all, let's start with the title. It's Diva Styles TV podcast, but we are going to be going over something I have dubbed respect the business. Respect the business. And so that concept, that title, that thought came to me a few months back or what have you. And so I've been excited to share that with you all. And why, Tosh, did you name it Respect the Business? I've named it Respect the Business because we as beauty professionals need to respect our business more. And also this is to encourage the public to respect the business more, right? And so we're going to be dissecting some different ways of how that can come to pass, how we can help others respect our business, how and help others do the same, right? So I heard recently someone was like, a new client. Oh, she's amazing. I'm going to call her a client. She's technically a customer. She's only been to me one time, but I'm calling her a client because she's already ready to come back, right? She knows she needs to get her hair back healthy. We started off on a fantastic point. We're in a fantastic space right now with her hair and what we did in preliminary stages. But now it's time to, take it to the next level. So she's excited about that. So she's already ready to book her next her biweekly appointments. So I'm considering her a client, naming and claiming it. And so she has a fantastic spirit. And she said one of the reasons why she chose me was because I did not have 2, 3 pages worth of guidelines and stipulations, etc. I thought that was funny. And as you see, I'm chuckling now. I think it's funny because the way she put it, her personality is very, very bright. And so how she put it was really interesting. But so that's something we can talk about, right? But I do, maybe not 2, 3 pages, maybe not a page full, maybe not 20 different guidelines and regulations for people to have to take into consideration before they book with you. But definitely, yeah, we do need some guidelines, right? And that's why this segment, this podcast has come to me, because it's like we need to have boundaries, right? I saw something and I posted it on my both of the Diva Styles pages today. I think, yeah, I put it in my stories, at least on Diva Styles, or so at DVA Styles on IG, and it says something to the effect of I wish I could even give it, but it was about people respecting the boundaries and basically not wanting to work with anyone who can't respect their boundaries. I don't want to have any clients that can't respect my boundaries, something to that effect, right? And so it made me think of people that I've had to, and it's only been a few that I've had to block, right? Because they were just doing too much. They didn't respect the boundaries. They had a comment or a paragraph to text me when they found out that they were going to have to do a no show or a late cancellation fee or whatever, and so that's not respecting my business, and I don't want that type of a client, and you should not want that type of a client either. So often as beauty professionals and groomers and grooming professionals, we compromise so much. And so when people get to a certain point in the industry, they Alexa, down a notch. People tend to want to bash a group of professionals who have standards, right? It comes across as bitchy, or they think they're too big, or they think they're bigger than what they are, or they've changed, or what have you. And the real of it is, you do change. People who know me know that I wasn't born with much patience, right? But I will say, I mean, I know I've compromised a lot in this industry, making sure I made the customer or the client happy, even if it meant me going without the sleep that I needed, or I'm coming in extra early, or I'm staying super late, trying to accommodate others, and even especially those who didn't plan their lives very well, meaning they should have booked long before or gotten on the books, and they waited to the last minute, and now it's an emergency, right? And so they're making their emergency your emergency. And so that's where sometimes you just have to draw the line and say, you know what? No, not going to do it this time, right? If you want to do it, if you can do it, if it works for you, fine. But if it doesn't, like, don't force it, right? Don't force it. So what are we going to talk about today? So respecting the boundaries is the gist of it. And so I want beauty professionals to chime in. I want the public to chime in. Let me know your thoughts. Let's have some dialogue about this and see, and just try to come to an understanding on both ends, right? One thing I also did before we got started on this live is, and I know I'm looking up here because it's clearer, it's crisper, but I'll try to look at both, right? Sorry. And that is, like, we're going over this outfit, honey. So what I said before was I have like a masculine feminine type vibe. As I meant to grab water before I got here, before I came on. But I have like a masculine feminine type of vibe. And so this vest to me is kind of giving a little masculine because it's kind of long, it's kind of big, it's a little bit oversized. I paired it with a gray sweater. I want to say this might have been H&M. This might be H&M too, but I don't remember where this sweater's from. This might be New York and Company. I can't remember. And then the pant. The pant is like really comfy, really soft and luxe, right? It's kind of wide a little bit, just a little bit. And then I paired it with a Chanel pendant necklace and a pearl with a little bling in there as well to kind of play off the pendant. And then I decided at the last minute to just pair it with a bracelet with a little bling cross right there, right? Okay. And then we are my tennis bracelet I typically wear, and these little earrings I've been wearing lately that are from Nordstrom. So a nice little pop of bling and a nice little dangle. So it's not doing too much, but it's a nice statement piece. So anyway, respect the business. So I would love to hear from you all. how would you like for people, the public, to respect your business more, right? What would you like to see happen? And some people are getting burnt out, and I think a lot of it's because they don't have boundaries, right? People can just show up if they want to, they can cancel at the last minute, there's never any penalty, but the stylist is the one that gets stressed out, right? The other people, they don't think about it, right? Or maybe they think that you people overbook still. Not everybody overbooks their books, right? They don't overbook their schedule. So that $200, $300 client now decides, oh, I forgot, I promised my kid I was going to take him to Chuck E. Cheese, whatever. Well, that's great, mom. That's great that you want to take your kid to Chuck E. Cheese, but like, how do you plan on compensating that stylist for your lack of planning, right? Proper planning. Now, it may be that the stylist overbooks and they're like, oh, whatever, girl, I'll see you next time. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But for those stylists and beauty professionals who don't overbook, whether it's brows, lashes, I mean, you can't overbook lashes and brows, right? So if you cancel, that person just lost out on the money. You can't really stagger that, right? To my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. That's something you really have to be meticulous about and do in that moment. You can't hop from brow client to brow client. From lashes to lashes, like it's something that you're doing for a particular amount of time, right? Hair, if you're not doing hair, if you're doing hair in a salon setting, you can kind of you can maneuver between clients, two, three people. But certain things that you're doing, like haircuts and stuff, you can't do that. So if someone cancels, now what? Okay, respect the business, right? I think that flashing around here somewhere. Respect the business. Respect the business. I don't have my pen with me. Oh, yes, I do. I'm sorry. I'm telling myself a story. So to keep me on track, because I have my phone recording, I like technology in my iPad, but I'm just going to go in with my notepad. So let's go back to the intro. Let's go back to who I am, right? Like, who is she? I don't know her, right? Maybe you're on my IG, maybe you're not. Maybe I've commented on some of your things, maybe I haven't. So I am Tosh, again, Diva Styles. People, it's the name of the business, but some people call me Diva Styles. It's the most interesting thing, but I don't mind it at all. And so I have been in the industry for about 16 years now. Yeah, June might have made 16 years. I'm pretty sure June made 16 years, right? And so, how did I get into this industry? It was something that was planned but not planned. Like, if you ask childhood friends, I wanted to turn my parents' basement into a salon, right? I saw myself as a boss. I saw myself as an owner, an entrepreneur, a business person. But I didn't always think that I was going to go into doing hair, like go to hair school and all that. And so I remember my dad saying, "You got to go to school for it. You got to go to school for it." And I'm like, But I get it, and I'm so glad that I did, because anyone that has owned a salon or ran a salon or managed or what have you knows that it can be difficult sometimes and a challenge to keep stylists consistently, right? Barbers consistently, beauty professionals in general consistently. Sometimes you have other salons that poach your stylists. Other times they just are jumping from one place to the other, or they move out of town or something comes up. So, but I kind of saw myself more so owning a salon versus doing hair at some point, right? But I liked hair. I didn't grow up around like the typical store. I did everybody's hair in the neighborhood. I didn't grow up in that type of neighborhood. I had very few African American people and Black girls in my neighborhood. So that's not really my story. I did my hair. I did my sister's hair. That's pretty much the extent of it. I ended up getting recruited to a cosmetology school. And then once I left there, which was a great blessing, didn't even know where I was going to interview. She just kept asking and asking, and I finally said, "Okay, sure, I'll go do the interview." So stayed there. Then I actually ended up being an assistant for my old stylist that used to do my hair. And then after that, I mean, he kept encouraging me, go to school, go to school, go to school, go to school, go to school. So I ended up going, building my clientele, doing mobile hair mobile, like going traveling stylist. And then I was going to school. So then I started going to school, and I was still doing hair. So I was kind of building my clientele while I was in school. Not saying that's what I'm promoting. I'm just saying that's how I did it, right? Because I still had to make money. I was going to school in the daytime. I couldn't work in the daytime and go to school. I didn't want to go to school at nighttime because it was going to take longer to finish, and I wanted to get finished as soon as possible because it's a lot of hours you have to complete, right? So it's quite the sacrifice. So, and being a mom and et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I did. And then I started at a salon that I got recruited to work at. And then after that, that's when I started moving. I got recruited to another salon. It's interesting when you're going a story in your head, you're like, wow, okay. So each instance I'm being asked, right? I'm not like treading the pavement with my resume or anything, or saying, hey, can I show you what I can do? I literally was getting recruited for each point that I'm talking about, for the school, for the salon that I first worked out at, for the salon that I went to after school, for the next salon that I went to, because I actually didn't want to necessarily leave the salon that I was at, but then the other salon, we hit it off so well, and I just saw growth, right? It was another storefront salon, but in a nicer area, and so I just saw better growth there. So I kept up both booth rents for a while. Well, first I was commissioned at one, and then I was booth rent at the other. So I kept both, right? And then eventually I just like let one go, and I saw myself, because I was growing. I was able to grow at this other location. Eventually taking over the location, and then after that I went into suites, right? And so now I've been into suites ever since. Well, I'll take that back. I worked at a salon suite, but it wasn't mine. But I worked, so yes, suites. I've been working in suites ever since then, and now I've been in these suites for about, I think, 5 years or so. Anywho, we have 5 suites here in this particular building, and yeah. So if you're looking to come in and work with Diva Styles, then definitely we can set up something. I just met with the young lady today, and she was a joy to meet with, and she'll be bringing in her model this week too, so we can see what she can do and her started, right? So anywho, so that's pretty much my story in a nutshell, if you will. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, and I want to stay on topic. We're almost at 20 minutes now, and I don't want to keep this too long. I just want to kind of make this more like an intro and kind of give you all a taste of the things that we're going to be going over. It will get a little bit more savvy and a little bit more techy as we go along, because I thought of a snippet that I want to kind of include in here. But again, we'll get to that as things progress. So right now we've covered our intro, right? And now we want to kind of go into this main, like the topic. We talked about respect the business as well and what that means, right? And so like I said, I want to hear from you all to kind of find out what that means to you. I have a list of things that I want to kind of go over. And so we'll get to that in a few. Maybe just like shut this down and create and just have a whole nother video that we do. And that way we can title that one a specific topic. But again, this one I wanted to just make an intro, just introducing myself to you all and just letting you know that you can ask questions. And like I said, if it's something that I don't necessarily know, I have no problem. It's no finding out the information and getting it to you, because I want you to have the correct information, right? And I don't know it all. I don't consider myself to be a know-it-all. I don't consider myself a master stylist. I'm good at what I do and what I specialize in. So that is that. That is this one in a nutshell. We're at 21 minutes and change, and I want to keep it like 30 minutes or under. And so if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, put them in the comments, inbox me on IG and on any other platform, reach out and we can let you know the answers to your questions, right? And give us some feedback. And again, this is just the beginning, but I'm a true believer in just kind of like getting started, right? Not thinking that you just have to wait till everything is super perfect. I would love that, but sometimes you have to and I, myself, I found out some not so great news today, but we're still going to persevere. We're just going to keep it moving. We're not going to we're not going to let the enemy, we're not going to let negative energy or anything like that stop us from doing what we want to do, right? And accomplishing what we want to accomplish. And so I know that we'll be able to offer some amazing information for those that are seeking information, whether it be their natural hair, relaxed hair, protective styles, and things of that nature. So I have enjoyed you all immensely. I am looking forward to the next segment. And like I said, I have some impromptu ones that I've already done. We're covering different topics, such as why do I need to pay a deposit? Why does one? Why are they requesting my credit card information to book this service? Why did the rate change? I thought it was this amount. Why did it change to this amount by the time the service was over? These things, right? Why is there a late fee? Why is there a cancellation fee? What else? What else? What else? Just so many different things, right? And so, what's the difference between relaxer and perm, right? Shampoo and wash. Whatever the topics are, let's explore them. Let's clear these up, and let's also help us stylists understand where the client or the customers come from, so that we can better serve you. And that's what it's all about: us working better together. So that's what Respect the Business is about. I thank you for watching Diva Styles TV, and we look forward to seeing you. Look forward to you listening to us. Look forward to hearing from you right in the near future. All right, talk to you. Talk to you later. Bye. Something else.